When a public figure shares a serious health diagnosis, the moment carries a different kind of weight. Bruce Campbell has revealed that he has been diagnosed with cancer. In speaking about it, he described the condition as treatable, but not curable. Those two words matter. Treatable, not curable. They signal something complex, something ongoing. A diagnosis like that does not point to a single procedure or a single recovery window. It suggests management, monitoring, long term treatment, adaptation. And when someone who has built a career on resilience, humor, and swagger delivers that news calmly and directly, it reframes everything. Because Bruce Campbell has never been just another actor. For decades, he has occupied a unique space in entertainment culture, part cult icon, part action hero, part self aware parody of the leading man archetype. Long before franchise universes dominated cinema, Campbell carved out his legacy in the horror and genre world. His breakout role as Ash Williams in The Evil Dead didn't just introduce a character, it introduced a personality. Ash was flawed, arrogant, physical, sarcastic, often terrified but never completely defeated, and Campbell played him with a blend of slapstick physicality and deadpan confidence that became instantly recognizable. The Evil Dead franchise was low budget, scrappy, inventive. It relied on practical effects, wild camera movement, and fearless performance. Campbell wasn't just acting in those films, he was enduring them. Physical comedy at that level demands commitment, stunts, falls, exaggerated reactions. He brought a silent film style physicality into modern horror. That commitment turned him into something rare, a cult legend. Through the 1980s and 90s, Campbell built a reputation as the ultimate genre insider. He appeared in television shows, guest roles, sci fi series, independent films, but he never lost the wink. He leaned into self awareness before self awareness became a marketing strategy. His memoirs, including If Chins Could Kill, showcased that voice. Sharp, honest, funny, unafraid to poke fun at himself or the industry. And that honesty is what makes this health announcement feel consistent with who he has always been. He doesn't dramatize. He states he acknowledges reality without surrendering to it. Ash Williams became more than a horror character. He became a symbol of persistence, a chainsaw handed survivor who refused to quit even when outmatched. Fans don't just remember the lines, they remember the attitude, the raised eyebrow, the smirk before chaos. In the 21st century, Campbell returned to that iconic role in Ash vs. Evil Dead, proving that nostalgia can evolve rather than stagnate. The series embraced legacy while allowing the character to age. It wasn't about pretending time hadn't passed, it was about integrating it. That theme feels especially resonant now, because when someone who has spent a lifetime performing strength reveals vulnerability, the contrast becomes powerful. Cancer is often spoken about in absolutes, but treatable, not curable lives in the middle space. It acknowledges science, it acknowledges limits, it acknowledges uncertainty, and that space, the in between, is where resilience actually exists. Campbell's legacy isn't defined by box office dominance or blockbuster franchises. It's defined by endurance, by connection with fans, by staying present in genre communities long after initial fame could have faded. He became a staple at conventions, Q&A panels, fan events. He understood that his audience wasn't casual, they were loyal. That loyalty now returns in the form of support. Health announcements like this create waves, shock, concern, reflection, then appreciation. People revisit old clips, favorite scenes, interviews, not out of memorial instinct, but gratitude, because longevity in entertainment is fragile, and Campbell managed to maintain relevance across decades without chasing trends. He remained himself. That authenticity is what makes this moment feel grounded rather than sensational. He didn't frame the diagnosis as tragedy, he framed it as reality, and that tone shapes the response. Cancer treatments today can stretch across years. Advances in immunotherapy and targeted medicine allow patients to manage conditions that once offered little hope. But manageable doesn't mean effortless. It requires discipline, adjustment, patience, and perhaps that mirrors something in his career. Bruce Campbell built success not by chasing the biggest spotlight, but by sustaining momentum, role after role, project after project, adaptation rather than surrender. The words not curable carry gravity, but they also carry honesty. And honesty has always been central to his appeal. Behind the bravado, behind the chainsaw, behind the cult hero persona, there was always a performer who understood the balance between toughness and transparency. Now, as fans process the news, the conversation expands beyond diagnosis. It moves into appreciation, into legacy, into recognition that the characters he played, especially Ash, embodied the same stubborn refusal to quit that defines many long term health battles. Strength does not always look like victory. Sometimes it looks like persistence, like showing up, like stating the truth clearly and continuing forward. Bruce Campbell's career is a testament to reinvention without compromise, to genre loyalty, to humor in the face of chaos, and now to resilience in the face of uncertainty. The story does not end with a diagnosis. It shifts from performance to perspective, from character to humanity. And as the entertainment world responds with support, what becomes clear is this: the legacy is already secure. The cultural imprint is already permanent. And in the middle space between treatable and curable, there remains something Bruce Campbell has always embodied: endurance.